Welcome, listeners, to episode 74 of Cocktail Hour. I'm Andy.
And I'm Rev.
And this is our 3rd anniversary show. Can you believe it?
I can. It's wonderful. Happy anniversary. I can believe it.
Well, sometimes it feels like 10 years, but yeah.
Sometimes it does.
Doesn't it? But today it feels like, wow, it's been only 3 years. It's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're still babies.
I know, we're still infants. But it's fantastic. I don't even know what I'd do without the show, quite frankly.
This show has definitely altered every aspect of my life, and I think I would just have a lot more free time. I'd probably take up drugs or something like that. So I'm really happy that we have each other and are growing, our seemingly ever growing family.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yep.
What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking, believe it or not. I decided I was going to have something, and then I decided, well, I've been struggling the last couple of days with not feeling well, and I thought, what, I'm not going to weaken my system further by drinking. But then
good for you. I've got 2.
You have 2? Oh, good. So you're taking up my slack. That's good.
Yeah.
So what are you having?
Well, we can't really talk about it. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay, then.
I can't say what it's happening. Do you want to do? Should we? Well, we don't really have a lot of announcements. We have some giveaways to do in a little while. Mm-hmm. And you wanted to say something, and then we can get right into the main event.
I know, the big event.
I know. I'm very excited.
I know. Me too. So normally our listeners are used to us plugging Audible for the Cocktail Hour free trial, but we're going to do a little departure. We're going to say, hey, if you feel like contributing to Cocktail Hour, go over to our site. There is a donate button. Mm-hmm. And then there you go. We don't have to.
It's really easy to use, and you can pick whatever amount. No amount is too small to help out with taking care of swag. We're going to give some swag away, Andy. We haven't really talked about that, but since we don't have an author that we're interviewing and reviewing their books, we should give away something from the Cocktail Hour store. So your donations help that, and all kinds of keeping us up and running type things.
Sure, exactly. So I guess we're on to the main attraction, are we?
I think so. So everybody, I take a lot of shit because of this Bearded Clam thing. I do. I take a lot of crap from a lot of people about it, and I don't care because this is something that, to Andy's dismay, has really been has come to be a part of Cocktail Hour.
Yes, it is to my dismay.
Yes, the Bearded Clam is everywhere. Mm-hmm. So tonight we are going to announce the winners of the Bearded the Cocktail Hour Bearded Clam Challenge. We had 3 entrants, all very good stories. Mm-hmm. We had a team of 4 judges, and how we did this is, Andy, is that okay if I just go ahead and give the particulars so everybody knows how fair and impartial this is?
Yes, please do.
All right. So how this works is we have a team of 4 judges. The judges don't know who each other are, and we don't ever tell. The judges from the last one still don't know who they all were. So I get the stories. I strip all identifying information from the stories, and I send a copy of the story and a judging sheet with numerous different little tiny things for people, for the judges to pay attention to, so that we wanted to make sure that all the judges were using the same criteria. And we send all that out, we let them read it all, and then they send me the sheets back with a score on it, and then I average out all of the scores. So it's very fair. And then Andy and I we don't participate in the judging at all, and we don't talk with any of the judges about the stories or anything like that at all. So we're just as surprised as everybody else.
Which I like that, actually.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and it takes all of the pressure off of us,
right?
To have to judge it. We don't have anything at all to do with the judging. So if you're not happy with where everybody placed, don't yell at us because it wasn't.
And then
reasonable donation, I may tell you who the judges were.
Yeah, right. No, don't do that. But and also the really cool thing is, like you did last year, you compiled all of them and put them up on the site so people could read them. And
that's right.
You did it again this year, and I like your formatting, and I think it's really cool that Pixie did a little drawing for it.
Well, she doesn't exactly know that that's there yet.
Oh, she doesn't?
It's a surprise. She did that. She had done that. Nancy Jean had an idea for different graphics about the Bearded Clam, and I had asked Pixie if she would do one, and she sent it in a long time ago, and not that long ago, in July, and I've had it, and as I was putting together the ebook, I was like, oh, that's so cute, I'm going to put that on there. And so she'll find out soon.
Yes, she will.
Yeah. She sent it for use, so I'm using it. And there we go.
I'm with you there, yeah. All right, so we have a guest on the line who has been long-suffering and very understanding, who is going to help us with our giveaway announcements, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
should we wait until after we announce the stories and the winners?
We could, but I'd like to get our guest on here as soon as possible.
Okay, well then let's do it, because once we announce who the guest is, it'll become obvious why she's here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So,
okay.
All right. So, the 3 stories that were submitted were a story called "At the Club" by Susan Meagher, Operation Bearded Clam by Jove Belle, and Rebound by Norsebard.
That is correct. You win!
Yeah, thanks. Oh, goodness gracious. So the winner of first place is...
At the Club!
Yay! With Susan Meagher. Woohoo!
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, welcome back. This is like, your 5th time on the show? But this is the first time
you...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is the first time I've ever won anything.
Yay! We're very excited.
Yeah. I mean, just being here with us should be prize enough, but I mean, I guess to win something, to come on. You're a winner every time you're on, Susan.
It is. As I have said before, I would be on every week if you would only let me.
Don't tease us.
I think you've got another one coming up, right?
Yep.
Yes. To talk about a slightly longer book.
A slightly longer book. Oh, come on now. I tell you, At the Club, it went by so fast. I'm like, did that really make 10,000 words? I couldn't believe how fast I flew through that story.
Quite.
All right, so can we talk about the club for a few minutes?
We can.
Okay, good. So, At the Club. I want to make sure I say that properly because I just said the club earlier.
Yes, you pronounced all 3 of those words properly.
Yeah, thanks. So, all right, what gave you the inspiration to write this particular story, which I thought was just charming?
Oh, thank you.
Well, what's it about? Tell us what it's about.
About?
It's not a review show, damn it.
Well, but the reason... hey, everybody go to the site and download a copy of the book, of the compilation, so that you can kind of follow along if you want. You can take a little bit of time off and read it, and then come back and listen if you want.
Page 1. My inspiration was obviously Bearded Clam, and I tried to think of ways that I could use that term in a polite setting, and I couldn't think of any. So I decided to make it about a young woman trying to earn a short-term hunk of money by working in a strip club.
Very nice.
And that's my inspiration.
All right. Well, you had some of the great lines in there, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, I love...
Thank you.
I can talk about my drink now.
Okay, go ahead. What's your drink?
I am having a bearded clamato.
Bearded Clamato.
which is taken from the story at the club, and I just made a Bloody Caesar and then completely changed the name. And I do want to say that I got some pickled pearl onions to go with it for part of the garnish.
Oh, well, then that does make it a different drink, doesn't it?
Well, no, it's just the garnish. We're taking it anyway.
It works for me. You know, one of the things I loved about this story was like some of the humor that you infused in it, which I gotta say I really, really like your humor anyway, and you bring it out in most of your stories. But one of the things that really hit me as I'm reading it, I had to stop reading it, and I'm hearing it in my head, so I had to read it a couple of times because I could hear the barker make the announcement. And I'm going to try and do it for you. It might not come out real well, but I'm going to try it. Ready?
Yeah.
You know her. You love her. She's your best friend's little sister, the one you've always wanted to plow. I was cracking up. I'm outside reading this. And I'm like, oh my God. And I just started, and then I had to mouth it. You know, oh my God, that was hilarious. I just was not expecting that. That was good.
You know, I've read several stories in the past about women working in strip clubs, and they're always kind of glum and grim, and it sounds horrible. And the fact that this young woman was only doing this for a short length of time, and it didn't feel like that was something she had to do forever, and she was not firmly in the life, so it was easier to make it kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think it's less funny if you're 35 years old and you've been doing this since you were 18, and you're going to have to do it until they throw you out.
Yeah.
That'd be a little less funny, but...
Well, true, yeah. I like how she had to hide from her cousin, too. That was hilarious.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, I do have
some... really fun.
I have comments from the judges, too, if you're interested.
I'm always interested.
Excellent. Andy, is that all right? We'll do a couple?
Yeah. Sure, bring it on.
All right. So, but part of the story, and this is going to be a spoiler-filled show because they're short stories, and how much can you talk about without spoilers on a short story? So, just be aware. The big plot, the big part of the plot here is Chastity. Great name. That's her dancer name. Her actual name is Heather. That there's these two guys that come in, and one, they're brothers, or one of them is a brother, and then the other one is named PJ, and all of the judges made some type of comment to the effect of that they knew immediately that that PJ was a woman and not a dude. And one of the judges says, I was tempted to call bullshit on Chastity/Heather not figuring out PJ earlier, but I so enjoyed the story I really didn't care. And one of them had said, I don't think I kept this one. No, I don't remember, and I don't have it written down. Damn it. Oh, yeah, another one says, I thought it was pretty obvious from the beginning that PJ was a woman, but I was also 99.9% sure this story involved lesbians. But she said maybe if I were Heather, I wouldn't have caught on until she did either. But I deducted a point for that.
Oh, my God. You know,
a harsh judge.
Right?
She was. You were the only one of the authors who got a perfect score. And if that particular judge hadn't deducted that 1 point, that would have been 2 perfect scores.
Wow.
If that's not happened before. So
that's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And one of the judges said...
I hate to admit how much time I spent working on that story, since it was supposed to be something quick, but I spent a long time on it.
Did you? Well, I
did. Yeah.
I think it shows, though. You know,
yeah.
I really do.
I probably spent a week on it.
Only a week? Damn.
Yeah,
I don't know. A long time.
Oh my God! It takes me a week to write 5 pages.
I don't want to put something out there with my name on it if I haven't taken my time and done what I think is my best. So.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that.
So
you got to do work.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this. I would pay to own this story. It was very polished. I just loved the strong viewpoint from the main character. It felt grounded in reality. I especially appreciated that Heather is affected by being a stripper without any judgment being made about the morality of it. That moment when she stopped making love because the moves reminded her of the club, that was the moment for me. I think I saw something else too where... Now here's another one. I would read this one again in a heartbeat. I like the story a great deal. I would also even read this if it was. I also would even read this as a novel if the author fleshed it out a bit. I could see it. Would you? Can you do something else with this?
Would I turn this into a novel? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, I think I know everything I needed to know. And when I do a story, I keep writing until I know the people well, and I felt like I kind of knew these people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I knew him after it was done.
At least this element.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all of the stories that were submitted, this one definitely had. I think maybe because you stuck with, it was written in first person. And it was just because that was the way to go, I think, with this particular story, definitely, because it was the only one that we really got a really good feel for the character.
Yeah, if I had to offer advice to someone who was going to write a short story, I would ask them to consider using first person. It's the easiest way to get right in the middle of the story quickly and not have to do a lot of backstory.
Yeah. The scenes, the humor, just everything. This was damn near perfect.
Yep.
Perfect short story.
Yep.
Very good. I raised my bearded motto to you. With my.
I am really sex positive, and I think that however people tend to use it is fine, and I don't have any judgment against people who are in the sex industry, but I do think that it's impossible to be in it and not have it affect you personally in some way. So I thought it was really important in the story to show that no matter how lightly you're attached, you're going to have some bruises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for submitting.
I think it's important.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I think it's important just to remind women of that. And no. Please. You read a lot of stories where people just don't like to deal with the aftermath. And when you do anything that commodifies your sexuality, you're going to have a bruise or two, yeah. I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right.
And again, it's not to put judgment on that, because as we all know, sometimes, depending on your circumstances, well, maybe we don't all know this, but sometimes depending on your circumstances, the easiest way for a woman in our society to make a decent amount of money is with her body.
Yeah, sadly, too.
And that's just the truth.
Yeah.
Sadly true.
Yeah, it is.
I know that's why I do it.
Well, I do it for the fun, but I've heard people do it for the money.
You do it for the what, Susan?
For the sex.
Well,
I just do it for the fun.
Oh, see, she got her priorities. Yeah. That's it. Yep. absolutely. That's awesome. Oh, goodness. You
Why
want to?
why don't we give something away?
Let's give something away.
All right. So this one we've got. So these are all for J things. Okay. So we've got 2 mugs from Natural Family Disasters. We've got 3 signed copies of Second Nature, a signed copy of Backwards to Oregon, and a signed copy of Beyond the Trail. So let's go ahead and start with a mug. Let's see, Susan, can you please pick a number between 1 and 16?
15.
15. All right, Marie Foose, you win a mug.
All right, Marie. Woohoo!
Oh,
Congratulations.
yay.
All right. We'll give away more stuff later.
What?
Or should we give away something else now? I just figured we kind of intersperse it a little bit. Let's give away one more thing.
All right, one more thing.
All right, how about one of the copies of Second Nature?
All right.
All right, give me a number between 1 and 15.
4.
All right, Leanne. Oh, wow, all these new winners.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Liam.
Oops, I didn't put you for a mug. Hold on, let me move it down to Second Nature. All right, copy of Second Nature for you. Yay!
Yay. Mm-hmm.
All right, should we give away one more thing or keep going?
Let's keep going since you just want to intersperse. How's that?
Yeah, I just want to intersperse.
All right. So the next story that we're going to talk about is Operation Bearded Clam, which is the Jove Belle offering.
That's right. Jove came in second place.
She did.
This one is, I love the premise of this story. She has a group of elite hackers all over the place who congregate on this website called the Recipe Exchange, and they have two of the members have come up with an idea to take money. It's kind of a Robin Hood thing. Take money from the richest folks who have most of their cash in offshore accounts, and redistribute it to the other 98%. And it kind of hops around from all these different hackers, lots of different points of view in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from each bunch of different hackers, then to some of the rich people, and then to some of the people who are actually getting the money. And the name of the operation is Bearded Clam.
Mm-hmm.
It's Operation Bearded Clam,
Mm-hmm.
and it's set to launch at cocktail hour. So that's how Jove worked in the 2 required phrases.
Mm-hmm.
That was what was the name of the club? What was the name of your club? Was it the Bearded Clam?
Susan's Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. A big bearded clam welcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you had your time, damn it. Sorry.
We're interspersing Susan with this conversation.
I know, I couldn't help it. I love that story.
That was a good story.
All right. So, Andy, what do you want to say about Operation?
I enjoyed that story very, very much, and I especially knowing that Jove didn't really want to write it. She felt compelled to write it because of how she felt like she treated you the last time she was on the show. So she felt guilted into doing it. So I didn't really expect it to be as much fun as it was, and she did a really good job with it. And I love the whole premise of the Robin Hood thing, take from the rich and give to the poor. And she grabbed them bastards by the short hairs because she grabbed their money from offshore accounts. So technically, according to Joe, the U.S. government couldn't do shit about it, which made me really happy, I gotta say. That was brilliant. But I like some of the judges' comments too. One of the ones that said that they love how the story was about a hacking operation called Operation Bearded Clam and using cocktail hour at the time. to begin was quite fun, and they thought it was interesting, and they loved to read about hackers, and these ones were really fun because they were thinking the same as me, and that's always nice. This story was a fun romp to read. I've always dreamed of Robin Hood stories and had hoped I would be the one who helped out. What? Did I read that right? Would be the one being, yeah. Okay.
This should be the one being helped out.
Being helped out, yeah. So this is a really feel-good story because no one really got hurt, not even the rich. They still had their money, so everyone wins. This is why I just thought it was fun. I loved how the brother got brought to where the two were hiding out. That was a sweet move. I would totally read this again.
Yeah. One of the things that I think pretty much all of the judges had said was that they wished that it was longer so that they could get more connected with the characters, because they thought the hackers were interesting, and as well as some of the people who got the money. One of my favorite scenes is the couple that go to the bank after they get their statement, and it's got an extra $77,000 in it, and the bank teller is being such a raging bitch about it, and that's where we find out, that it comes from an offshore account and it's legal, or they get to keep the money. But that was one of my favorite scenes. I thought Jove did such a great job of really dropping me right there.
Yeah.
I really liked that a lot. But,
and the woman at the ATM machine, that was pretty cute.
That was
grabbing at the bills as they were just popping right out of that ATM machine.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I really liked. I liked the way that we kind of got to see it from everybody's perspective, right down to the to the governmental agencies that are trying to figure out what's going on. We even got a little bit of insight there too.
Yep. Yeah, it was. She did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing more of that one.
Yep. Absolutely.
That was very good.
It was good. So thank you, Jove, even though you're not on the call. Thank you for pinning.
All right. One thing that the judges didn't get to see, because I had to take it out because it had her name on it, was Jove created an actual book cover for the short story. It was very cool, and thank you, Jove, for taking your time to create that. It even had the little ugly bearded clam down in the corner.
Which she hates.
I know, and that was one thing that came up a few times in her story, was what a terrible, horrible thing that is, and who would come up with something so terrible? Well, it was me, damn it. I did.
That's right, it was you, damn it.
The bearded clam was my little brainchild, and I love her so.
Oh, God.
Or him, I guess. I guess it could be. I don't know. It's a gender-free being.
Okay.
All right, then. Thank you, Jove. It was a very good story.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Absolutely. All right.
Let's give away more stuff.
That's what I was going to say. Let's intersperse.
Excellent. Okay, let's give away another copy of Second Nature.
Oh, good idea.
All right. Give me, Andy, you want to give me a number?
All right. What do I got? 1 to 14?
Yep.
Let's go with my favorite number. You ready?
Yep.
3.
3. Lisa W.
Lisa W. Woohoo!
Congratulations. What am I giving away? Second Nature again? Yep. Awesome. All right. Let's get rid of. Oops. Hold on. I'm doing all kinds of stuff over here.
Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, I know how to do that. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Mug or book?
Book.
Book. Okay. Let's give away Backwards to Oregon.
All right.
Oh, I'm so excited. Who am I going to have to steal this from? Susan, give me a number 1 to 13.
I said number 5.
Okay.
That's thought. Okay, so Amy wins. Yay for Amy. She is having a conversation with Jay on the site. And damn it, I don't feel comfortable stealing from Amy. So congratulations, Amy, you get the book.
That's awesome. Oh, God.
All right, well, we still have 3 more things to give away, so we can do that after we talk about our final story.
Written.
If that sounds all right to you.
Sounds good to me. Does that work for you, Susan?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
All right.
So easy.
I know. Easy like a Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so our third is a story called Rebound by Norsebard. And take it away, because apparently, Rev, you like doing these little recaps.
Thank you. Now, Norsebard also won second and third place on our first Bearded Clam challenge. So he already knew what he was getting into and came up with a great little story about a woman who owns an organic juice and salad bar restaurant type thing, who has her ex comes into the store. Her next ex, Anita, comes into the store one day and has just very, very recently broken up with her girlfriend, and they it's about them getting back in touch with each other, and some of the things that happen in the restaurant. I think that's those are the things that stood out to me the most in this story was Marlene, and I believe the woman that she has working with her, I believe her name was Karen, and she was hilarious through the entire thing. She was kind of very helpful, but she's very playful and fun loving, you know. And I got a kick out of a lot of her interactions with the customers. And,
and she got like down and dirty with that wedding party. Holy crap!
She did. But that was one of the very sweet parts of the story. Is a same-sex couple wasn't able to have their wedding reception where they had initially planned to, and instead had it at Marlene's restaurant, and that was great to see the interaction between the brides and their families and the the staff at the store. We really didn't get a lot of the romance part of it. It was more. I thought it was more. I mean, there was definitely some sex in it. I think this was the only story that had some graphic sex in it. Pretty sure. Susan, yours didn't have any graphic sex in it, did it?
They started to, but you didn't see any actually messy parts.
Messy parts.
You didn't need a shower after mine.
Oh, okay. Well, this in Rebound, first there's some shower wanting scenes, but there's a lot of biking and in the beginning, but she didn't get all sweaty from that. But they definitely had some intimate moments. For those of you who are looking for something with a little bit more heat, I suppose. Rebound is definitely your story. Let me see.
I'd like to make a little comment here real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
I made, because you were so nice enough to convert this so I could actually read it from my iPad. So, you love that highlight feature on the iPad.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was able to find very quickly that cute little Barker thing from Susan's story. But one of the things that I read in Rebound that made me stop and take notice was a comment in there that said, Marlene froze in place like a salt lick. I'm like, first of all, it made me laugh, like Susan's laughing, but I was like,
oh, could I pull that? I would love to do a whole story about that.
But I'm just thinking to myself, okay, a salt lick? Where did they? Because I have no experience with salt lick, so somebody help me out here.
I stopped at that one too, just because it was, of all of the inanimate objects or statue-like things.
A salt lick. Okay, what is salt lick? First of all, somebody tell me what salt lick is. Do either one of you two know?
Oh, go ahead.
It's a great big white object that you find in a field or a ranch where there are cattle, and it's made out of salt and other materials that cows can go and lick to increase their thirst, so they drink more during the summer.
It's mineral thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It replenishes them. It's like Gatorade for cows.
That's awesome. Oh my god!
But they have really big ones. They can, and they put them like on a fence or something. So it might be on a 3-foot fence, and the thing might stick up 2 feet on top of that. So they can be big, and they are frozen in place.
And why don't we have you?
Would be something to behold, but they are frozen in place.
So, and why don't we have you on our show all the time? It was awesome.
Because she has to write.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Of course, I mean, she wrote her story in a week, so really there's no excuse.
Right, exactly.
But a week's a long time.
Yeah,
I guess. I guess it depends on how many hours in that week you worked on it. I mean, if you worked on it like every day, all day for a week, hell yeah. Huh?
I would say I spent about at least 35 to 40 hours working on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a standard time to write a story.
That's like a job.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap.
Wow.
All right. I won't pick on you anymore then. All right, here's the other highlight that I want to talk about with this one. It's how they introduced, I think this is how they, Norsebard introduced Bearded Clam. You can say it. You can say, I will survive vodka and bearded clam, Anita.
Yeah, there was some serious bad memories happening there.
I mean, right? Oh, my God. So thank you, Norsebard, for penning that. And thank you to all of our entrants. They were fantastic. And, you know, what more can I say without sounding like some kind of crazed fan, really?
Can I? I just want to read. Two. Can I read 2 comments?
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought.
Yeah,
you were
we didn't
done.
get any of the judge comments from for this one.
My bad.
Okay.
I thought you were done.
That's okay. We've had a lot of listeners. We've had a lot of technical difficulties. We've stopped and started this call like 10 times already. So so we're all a little discombobulated, and I'm drinking. So you know. Hold on. Let me take a drink of my bearded clamato. Okay. All right. So. One comment was, I found this incredibly well written. I enjoyed the flaws of the characters. The plot could actually become a full novel. I would read it. And then one more. I enjoyed Rebound very much and hope to read more from this author. I'm looking forward to seeing who it is. It was an easy and fun read. I loved the OCD things thrown in and thought the wedding was sweet. So I just wanted to say give a couple of those comments. So good job, everybody.
Yep.
Just you guys have made this year's challenge a wonderful success, and we definitely appreciate it.
Yep, most definitely.
So get writing for next year, okay?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so should we play a call?
Oh yes, please.
All right, let's do Nikki.
Hi guys, it's Nikki calling for the anniversary show. I just wanted to say thank you guys again for really making me feel so welcome in the Cocktail Hour family. And I've had such a great time this year, and I've had such a great time meeting you guys. And I look forward to many, many, many more years with you guys. So yeah, I just thought I'd like to, tell you that or whatever. Whatever. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Nikki's awesome. And if you're listening, Nikki, thank you for the comment, and get making fielding, would you?
Making what?
Fielding, my dragon.
Oh, your dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Andy, while the call was playing, because I already heard it, I decided to check and see who was sending me email to my Rev account. And wow, those are some cupcakes there, sweetie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they some cupcakes? I should send them to Susan so Susan can see them.
Andy, that wasn't your pocket vibe, was it?
No, it was my coaster. That's not right. That is not right. All right, I gotta send this to.
All right, let's give something away.
Let's give something away.
All right, let's give away the last mug.
All right.
All right, Susan, 1 to 12.
Number 2.
Number 2. CW, who is also a new person. So congratulations, CW, on winning a mug. They're super cool.
Congrats. Yeah, they are cool. No, seriously. I like my mug.
Did you get anything in the mail yet?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I haven't checked my mailbox in like 4 days. I guess I should check it, huh?
You should, because you might have something in there.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right.
All right, then.
All right.
Okay, so let's give away this last second nature.
All right.
So, Andy, you want to give me a number 1 to 11?
Sure. 9.
9. 2, 5, 9. Pixie!
Pixie!
Congratulations, Pix. Thanks for letting us use your picture in the book.
Here's your prize.
Here's your prize.
That's
it doesn't come from us. So congratulations, Pixie. All right, well, let's just do the last one.
Okay.
This is for the signed copy of Beyond the Trail, which is the compilation of short stories that go along with Backwards to Oregon.
Okay.
Okay, Susan, give me a number 1 to 10.
10.
10 is Cindy.
Wow.
So congratulations, Cindy. You get a copy of Beyond the Trail.
Nice.
And I will send all of these, I'll be sending the mugs out, so I'll contact you guys who won the mugs. And then I will send Jay all of your emails with which prizes you won, and she will be in touch with you to arrange delivery. So congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yay. All right, then.
Yep.
Well,
All right, so we have one more call, too.
we do have one more call. Okay.
We're playing it now, I guess. All right, here we go. If the darn internet... Okay. Come on, cooperate, internet. Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Pixie. Congratulations on the 3rd year anniversary of the show. Totally freaking awesome. I just wanted to let you guys know how much you both mean to me, both on the show and off the show. You both have a special place in my heart, and this show has really helped me. I laugh, I just agree with you or disagree and go, oh my God, and like I'm sitting in a room with friends, which is something I've always said, and it's something that you guys have kept throughout the years, and that's kind of really cool that you've kept that going, because as time goes on, it's easy to get stale and boring and stuff, and that's something none of your shows ever are. And the fact that you guys have branched off to have other things like the flicks and the swizzle sticks and Des Prescott's barbell, and then you guys have your bar rag. It's just totally awesome. I cannot say specific favorite of mine because there's so many. So I just really just love your show, and I love you guys, and I love your guests that you have, and learning about new authors, and, you know, where they come from, and you guys ask some really, really good questions, and I enjoy that. And always, I love to hear that with Nancy Jean, too. It's always fun. So just keep doing what you guys are doing, and I just love you both so much. Thank you so much for making my life happier with an hour show. I really love your podcast, so I will stop blathering now. I love you guys very much. Bye-bye. Hey, guys, this is Pixie.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Damn technical difficulties. This show's been littered with them today. Ooh, Lordy. Yeah, thank you very much for those kind words, Pixie. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the show is just amazing how it continues to grow and offering different shows. And Pixie talked about a couple of them. We've got, Barbell, Bar Rag, Conversations at the Bar, the Cocktail Hour Review Show, Last Call, Flicks and Swizzle Sticks. I mean, Lord knows what's going to happen in the next 12 months, seriously.
Holy crap.
Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe Susan will have her own show. I'm just saying.
Don't laugh too hastily, miss.
That's right. We're thinking.
We just need to come up with an angle.
That's right.
That's what everybody in Hollywood says. If I only had an angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about it. Don't think we aren't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So, really, seriously, Sherry, thank you very much for being my cohort in crime and being a great support and really helping make the show as great as it is and all the work you put into it. And you do the lion's share of all the tech stuff, and I thank you for that, sister. That is nothing I want to be involved in on that end. I've learned that the hard way. So it really makes me very appreciative of all the things that you do. And from the bottom, what little heart I have, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And the flip side of that is, well, I'm happy to take care of all those things tech related and posting and dealing with all of that stuff. I would never be able to do what you do with dealing, with scheduling and reaching out to everybody and arranging everything and making sure that everything we need is ready to go. And I mean, we know what happened when I touched the calendar, and that can never ever happen again. And since I've started a second job, you have really taken over all of the bar rags and the conversations at the bar, and that's not a small thing. That's really time consuming, and your dedication to making sure that we're able to get information out to the listeners and sharing information with them about new authors or interesting things that you're talking to people about that I can't really be a part of anymore. You've really, eagerly just jumped right in, and I appreciate that. And I deal with, I think, oh man, I really want to do that, but oh God, I have to do this instead. And I always know that no matter what you're doing, it's going to be awesome. And I'm so happy that 3 years ago you forced me to do this, because it was just it's turned out to be one of the best things that I've ever done.
Well, thank you, and it's a love fest. Seriously,
it is a love fest.
We
love you too, Susan.
Yeah, we love you too, Susan. We're going to try and figure out a way to get you more involved. Susan's like, oh hell no.
Can I share a little back?
Sure.
Most people who write like to talk about writing and like to talk about what they're working on, but there are really very few venues for us to do that. And the fact that you guys provide the preeminent one is something that people I know really appreciate.
Oh, wow. That's good to hear. Yeah.
That is good.
Thank you.
Cool. The thing that I like best about your show is your enthusiasm. It's clear that you really love reading, you love reading a good story, and you love thinking about why you like it. And that's what every writer wants. They want people who not only read, but like to think about it and talk about it.
We sure do.
We like to talk.
Yeah, we like to talk about a lot.
Stories take a long time to write. It's kind of nice to know that people are chewing on them a little bit and like a salt lick, and that they are then willing to talk about them.
And when you throw in cocktails along with that,
yeah, that's better than Gatorade.
Cocktail and a salt lick.
Have a salt lick and have a cocktail. Just saying.
We got to find it. Maybe we should have a salty dog. We haven't had one of those yet, have we?
What, a salty dog? You talking about a salty dog?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Who's on next?
You had to ask, didn't you?
Oh, it's Barbara Ann Wright, I believe.
Oh, that's right, because we're recording on a Friday instead of a Saturday, I think.
Yeah, I'm not doing that run now. We decided last night that we're not going to do it, so we can move it back to Saturday if she's up for it. But I don't want to be messing with everybody's schedule.
Yeah, no,
that's out there.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it. Leave it alone. Oh, goodness gracious, Susan.
Yeah.
Ah, there you are.
I am.
Okay. Is there anything more you would like to add?
I didn't understand that sentence, but...
No, anything more you would like to add before the show is over?
No, I'm good, thanks.
You're good? All right. And we are thinking about how to involve you more in the show. We aren't kidding.
I would be happy to do something.
Ooh, all right. We'll talk with you offline.
All right.
All right, Sherry, thank you again for the last 3 years. They've been fantastic.
They have, but wait, there's more.
No, there's more. There's more?
We're going to give something away, aren't we?
Oh, goodness gracious, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm a little off the kilter today.
That's all right. For the anniversary show, Andy and I want to give you listeners something. So we'll give one lucky listener their choice of either a cocktail hour coffee mug or a cocktail shaker. So something for drinking either, hot stuff or cold stuff, whatever you want.
I think that's
okay.
Nice.
So all you got to do is leave a comment, and you can say whatever you want.
Yep. But we would appreciate it if you would make comments about the compilation.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like what's your favorite story and why?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay, we'll scratch that comment about nothing thing.
I mean, because these authors put a lot of work into the challenge, and I think every one of these stories should be read.
Absolutely. I agree. I chalk this up to my bloody clamato.
Well, and the technical interruptions.
I know. I am just all discombobulated. It's still not as bad as episode 7.
Oh my God, no, right? But it threw us all off our game, though. Seriously.
Nothing will ever be as bad as episode 7.
Did you hear the story about episode 7, Susan?
Uh-uh.
Do you want to tell her the story online or just say goodnight to everybody right now?
We'll just do it real quick. For all you listeners who don't know about episode 7. So Andy and I we did a show. It was on Catherine Friend's The Spanish Pearl and Antiopa Lakota, which both stories we absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Loved.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a fantastic spontaneous conversation. Just probably the best show we'd ever done.
Yeah, we were hitting on all cylinders, seriously. It was so organic and so seamless, and we were on top of our game. I don't think we've ever been on top of our game more at that point than episode 7.
It was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were drinking Fleur-de-Lis. We were drinking something that was very potent.
It was. Yeah.
And we wrapped up the show, and Andy says, "Oh my God, it stopped recording after 11 minutes." So I wanted just to scrap it and say, you know what, forget it. We're just going to call this episode a wash. And Andy said, no, let's just do it again. Well,
now, mind you, we're like 3 drinks in now each.
Oh my God. I couldn't even remember what stories we had done anymore. and the characters had similar names. There was like a Kathleen and a Catherine. I'm like, oh, it was terrible. And I was so frustrated, and Andy worked so hard to make it upbeat. And, oh, but don't you remember? Oh yeah. And then there was this, and I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So everybody go listen to episode 7, and you can comment on how bad it is.
Oh yeah. No, come on now.
No. Comment on how wonderful the stories are. Give the authors some love. They worked really, really hard. And again, Susan and Jove and Norsebard, thank you so much for contributing and making my little dream of the Bearded Clam Challenge a reality. And you can bet this will be happening again next year around the same time. So start getting your stories ready.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think we lost Susan again.
Oh, we did. We did lost Susan again.
And we were telling the story for her benefit. That's fantastic.
Oh, well, she'll have to listen to the episode.
That's right. Oh, goodness. So I think it's probably time to say goodnight.
Before it's totally dropped. So, yeah, we should probably say goodnight before, the computer explodes or something.
Yeah, no lie.
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Wow.
All right, partner. Well, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Well, thank you back. Seriously, I am really looking forward to the next 12 months.
Woo!
Yep. It's going to be good. We're going to be good.
Yes. I agree. All right, I need a new drink.
All right. So long, y'all.
Bye, everybody.